Good morning, students. So I'm going to go ahead and create an introduction video for every class that we do over the next few weeks. And what this video is going to do is just kind of walk you through the expectations, set you up for success in the class for that day, and also gives me the opportunity to see each of you. I miss teaching you and I miss being in front of you. So what I'm going to show you right now is how class is set up for us. And so every day in classroom, I'm going to be posting one of these lesson sheets. And these lesson sheets job then is to kind of compact and organize your learning for that particular lesson. So the first thing that will always be there is the lesson date. So this will always reflect the date that the lesson was posted into classroom. It's also going to include your I can statements. So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to do these three things. You should be able to navigate your virtual classroom. You should be able to describe your responsibilities within that classroom. And you should be able to describe the cultural and historical aspects, or a few at least, of an African country named Mozambique. The second thing that will always be on your lesson sheet is your warm-up. So this is going to be kind of that minute to take back, reflect, and start to engage in environmental science. And so in this regard, it's a pretty easy warm-up just to kind of get us flowing with things. And really, I just want you to name three things without looking anywhere that you have learned so far in class that you actually can remember. And so those three things can be anything that we did since August, up until we left that last day before spring break. And so really just think back and kind of get back in the groove of environmental science. The next thing that I'm always going to do for you guys is I'm going to highlight your goals in yellow. And those are going to be the things that you have to get done by the end of the lesson in order for it to be complete and for you to get credit for everything. So if you'll notice today's goals, they kind of reflect your I can statements, right? We need to get comfortable with how class is going to work. You need to complete the engage activity and the guided reading, and you need to submit this lesson page into Classroom. And so at the end of every class, when you get done with all of this, you're actually going to be turning these lesson pages in. So once you're done with this video, then you're going to come and you're going to watch the welcome video, which is going to go through specifically all of the requirements for class, what that looks like, etc. There's also this document here on how to contact me, which is really important. And I'm going to take a minute to say, if you haven't signed up for the class remind yet, please do so, because that's a great way that you can get a hold of me at just about any time. And then a link to this video will also exist in the lessons page, and you don't have to watch it twice. It's just there in case you would like to rewatch it. So that is how we're going to cover everything in regards to how this classroom is going to work. The next thing, though, is I want you to engage. So this is the engage activity in Mozambique. And so I want you to watch this drone footage. And please realize that this drone footage, was actually shot by people who are on vacation in Mozambique, but it really does a good job of showing some different aspects of the country. And so I want you to watch it. And really what we're doing is we're starting ourselves onto a virtual journey to Africa. So we certainly couldn't all load up and go to Africa, but we're going to be doing this virtual field trip. And we're going to be using Mozambique in Africa as an example of that sustainable community that we've kind of talked about as the whole point of environmental science. So in the first semester, we looked at kind of how the environments work, what are the natural laws. We looked second semester at things that we get. How do we get things from the environment that we need? Third semester, or third quarter, I keep saying semester, I mean quarters. Third quarter, then we really looked at some extreme examples of how humans are impacting the environment, both negatively and positively. The point of this quarter, this fourth quarter, then, is to look at all of those human needs, wants, and desires, all of those natural laws, and try to figure out how those come together so that we can maintain those natural environments that we get so many resources and products from and needs from, while at the same time not losing our way of life as well. And so Mozambique is going to be somewhere we go to study this sustainable developments. And so what I'm asking you to do is to go ahead, watch this little video, answer the prompt here of describing one thing that intrigues you about what you saw. So just like throughout the year, anytime I assign you a Google Doc, if there's a purple box, you need to be sure that you put something into it that comes from you, okay? So that's no different than what we've got going on right here. The big thing that I need you to do today is to go ahead and read the guided article called Gorongosa. And so you need to be sure that you read through it and you answer the questions as you go through. Now, there's a couple of resources that I added for you, so please know that it's a Google form, and there's a section of the article with questions that go along with it. That's what everybody's going to do. However, if you would like to read through the entire article first, then go back and answer the questions, that link is right here. Also, if you need help or you can't understand the words or whatever, I've also included this video link that will take you to a really exciting video of me reading the article out loud. So there are those two things that can help you out if you need those resources. Once you're done then with those questions for the article, the last thing you need to do is your closure activity, which in this case is to come up with one question that you still have about Mozambique. One thing that I really have to preface about Mozambique is it has a fairly tragic history, that a lot of war, a lot of civil war, it was a colony, and we're really going to start dissecting that on Thursday. But I really want you to kind of think about at least what you know right now. What is one thing that really interests you about this particular country? So like I said, I'm going to try and start every class with a little introduction video, kind of like this. So just like when we were together, I would kind of give you the story and the background in order for you to get the most out of the lesson. So I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any questions or concerns, please get a hold of me. Be sure that you watch the videos. Be sure that you engage with the content. And I look forward to reading all of your responses and thoughts. Have a great day, and I'll see you Thursday.